Alright, what's up guys? It is Godzilla719 here, back with another countdown for another shiny list here at the Super Shiny Bros channel. And this time, it's gonna be, we talked about all kinds of things, favorite Pokemon, favorite Spectros, favorite GameCube games, and all that stuff. But today I'm gonna talk about Digimon. It's, an anime that's near and dear to just about any 90s kid's heart. Heard, as well as it was just a lot of fun. And it showed us a whole lot of fun Digimon. So, this is not gonna be a top 5 or top 10. No, this is gonna be a top 15, mainly because I couldn't narrow it down to just 10. I needed to put in 15, and even then there were some painful cuts. Sorry, Raymond. Either way, just sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Into ultimate.
Watch out! Drill tornado!
Alright, as you can see there, number 15 spot is taken by Digimon Fusion's own Dorulumon, and who's a member of the Fusion Fighters from, who's the main protagonist's team. Team is used to create Shoutmon times 4 and above, or times 3 and above. Yeah, times 4. The difference between times 4 and times 3 is that they have a sword. Alright, so, but yeah, you'd be surprised how little footage there is of him on YouTube. That's why you're seeing mostly images and then something from someone's analysis of his character. But yeah, that's besides the point. I really like his design. He's got a really cool design of like a wolf with drills all over him. And just overall, he's a really cool character. He started off as a lone wolf, and then slowly began to open up to the idea of friendship with Mike through his interactions with Mikey and Shoutmon and Cutemon and all of them. So it's a lot of fun. He's number 15. Let's get moving. Alright, and moving on straight from Fusion to Digimon Data Squad, we've got Geogreymon, the champion form of Agumon, the partner or Digimon to the main character Marcus. And it's just, I really like Geogreymon. He's got a really solid design, with the stripes and the extra horn and everything, and I really find it funny that he's got like the training bracers on his wrists. He's just a really cool character. I honestly, gonna spark a little controversy with this, but I honestly prefer him over Ty's Greymon because you'll see a comparison coming up pretty soon between the two of them. Whereas Geogreymon is, tall, muscular, proportional, spiky and everything. The original Greymon is fat, has a big old head that makes it look like a bobblehead. His neck should not be able to support that. But, whatever. If you prefer him, that's fine by me. Even then, Geogreymon still isn't my favorite. It's Digimon with Greymon in its name. We'll get to that later on the list. But yeah, and then just a little special mention. But yeah, and he's got a solid design and pretty entertaining, especially as he has Agumon, where he always calls Marcus boss. Yeah. I especially like pretty early on there was a fight between Geogreymon and a black Garurumon, and in it, which I've got footage of, and it's just yeah, that's that's a little bit of irony there. Greymon and Garurumon duking it out. Of course, this time the Garurumon is evil. And he's a fun character. Can't wait for him, or can't wait for Marcus and Agumon and come back in Digimon on Hunters near the very end. And yeah, I will. That's Geogreymon.
Digivolve into champions. Digi modify.
Alright, up next we've got Kakumon and from Digimon and Frontier. Wow, I just realized that I seem to be going in reverse order of season release because I had Darulumon for Fusion and Geogreymon and for Data Squad, and now Kakumon for Frontier. Okay, tangent. But anyways, Kakumon, and like I really like Kumon, not quite as much. She's adorable and anything, and yet, but it's just like Kakumon is, you know, once again, design is a big thing for me when it comes to, you know, characters. And Kakumon has got a really solid design. He's this giant mammalian thing. I honestly couldn't tell you what kind of animal he is, but you know, this big bipedal mammalian thing with dreadlocks with arrowheads on him, and these big twin axes, and it's just a really, really cool design. And he prays a lot, which I think is really funny. And you'll see that at part of the segment. But yeah, and it's just like another thing I really like about it is the big, like, you know, drastic change between Kumamon and Kakumon. And because, you know, you look at, you know, Agunimon to Burning Greymon or something like that, and it's, you know, it's a relatively subtle size difference, whereas Kumamon's this little tiny polar bear thing, and then Kakumon is this giant, enormous monster. Yeah, he's I really like him. He's adorable, in his own right, and that's all I really have to say about him. Next segment. Alright, up next we have the partner Digimon into Kenichi Choji Stingmon. and then finally broke the trend by not putting a Tamer's Digimon on here. Trying to think. But yeah, Stingmon, I really like him ever since I saw him. He's easily my favorite of the champion Digivolutions that was released out of, Aquilamon and Anquilamon, XBmon, all of those. He's my favorite of them. He looks like something out of like Kamen Rider or Power Rangers, so Dan can probably appreciate that. He's got the really cool. He's got I really like his attack, Spiking Strike, where he gets the great big giant blade on his wrist and then like stabs as the opponent. And yeah, and then Wormmon's adorable. Oh, and Stingmon is awesome, and I love both of them. My favorite of the basic like the rookie forms, is Armadillomon, but Ankylamon is just kind of odd. I still really like him, but it's just his design doesn't do quite as much for me as Stingmon's does. And it's just like it's also interesting. When you technically think about it, he's the Garurumon of that generation. So yeah. Let's think about that. But I will see you guys in the next segment.
And you will reach your goal. Prepare to Digiball.
Alright, at number 11, we've got Airdramon. I can't really tell you why. Maybe I like Airdramon so much. We haven't really had any like Airdramon in prominent roles in the show. They've pretty much just been grunts for like villains. There was that group of Airdramon in Frontier that tried to defeat Dynasmon and Crusadermon and ended up getting killed. But it's the case that, or some of them get killed, I don't know if all of them did, but yeah. It's the case, I really like him. I don't know why. He's got a cool design, with a big skeletal bone dragon man. And it's just, I just can't really explain it. So, if I don't have a lot to talk about, I'm just gonna move on to, top 10. So yeah, here we go with number 10, Ebon Woomon from he premiered in Digimon Tamers. Can't find a single bit of actual video footage of him, much like with Airdramon, so you'll have to stick with just still images. But yeah, I really like Ebon Woomon. He's my favorite of the faction that he's part of in the Digimon universe, called the Digimon Sovereigns, in which the Digimon Sovereigns are based off of the 4 Guardians of Kyoto, which are, the Vermilion Bird, which is like Zucharamon, I think Azure Dragon, which is Azulongmon, the White Tiger, which is Baihumon, and then the Black Tortoise, which is Ebon Woomon, who is this giant 2-headed snake tortoise with the Scottish accent, and it's just really cool. And I
World.
Okay, so up next for number 9, we got Deckerdramon, another fusion Digimon, this time a member of Christopher's team, Team Blue Flare, who he first joined in like he was the guardian of the jungle zone, and it was like this big gold statue. Ooh, and then joined Christopher when he saw that Christopher had true courage and love in his heart. And it's another case of I really like the design. It's a very solid design. It's like this big cybernetic crocodile with cannons and stuff that can turn into a big old boat. Which they used in the in Goldland in season 2 to get around in the Gold Sea. And then like he often was used to bring to fuse with Metal Greymon, and Christopher's Metal Greymon, not Ty's obviously. He to become Decker Greymon, and he's got like tank treads and a big old cannon on his wrist, which is really cool looking. And then, but there was one scene in the show that's just really depressing. Haven't gotten there yet, but it's actually about to be dubbed. Of where Decker Dramon takes a hit from one of Lord Bakura's Dark General's Gravimon, and it ends up killing him. And it's this really sad scene because Christopher didn't really use Decker Dramon a lot because he complained a lot, but seeing Decker Dramon dying right before his eyes is probably one of the most heartbreaking scenes. Because he's crying because as much as he complained, and he's still considered Decker Dramon like one of his allies and friends. So to lose such a thing is a very emotional and thing to happen.
Turn Tyrannomon into the evil Dark Tyrannomon. Watch out for his fire breath attack.
And up next at the number 8 spot, we've got Dark Tyrannomon, and who is another really cool solid design. It's kind of the case. It's a similar case with Tyrannomon, and as I have with Geo Greymon and Ty's Greymon. In that, you look at regular Tyrannomon, and it's this, it's a cool design. Again, I don't hate the design, but it's, it's chubby. It's got this giant head that should be fitting on a skinny little neck. And then you look at Dark Tyrannomon, it's, this big black T-Rex with these big old arms, which is kind of ironic for a T-Rex Digimon. And then, these like metal armor things on its claws, and it's got training bandaging around its arms for some reason, and it's like big and muscular. It's got scars. It's just a much more appealing design to me. It has, again, it's another Digimon that hasn't really seen any action outside of being just a grunt. For the likes of Myotismon and Ken, you saw in the intro. Oh, the Dark Tyrannomon that were under the control of the Dark. I don't know if it was the Dark Rings or the Dark Spirals. It's been a while. Able to take on a rampaging Skull Greymon, and then the Dark Tyrannomon that Mimi's Lilymon fought during Myotismon's invasion of Japan, and to hunt for the 8th Digidestined. And it's just, it was kind of upsetting, Lilymon was able to calm it down and, make it all sweet, and then Myotismon was just like, fuck that, killing you. Because you failed me, and Myotismon, I can see why Agron hates him so much. He's not a very likable character, but I do really like Dark Tyrannomon, and he's solid design.
Change into digital champions to save and defend the
World.
That's right, people. Taking the number 7 spot, we've got both the human and beast Digimon spirits of thunder, or Beetlemon and Metal Kabuterimon. Which, soon as I saw them, I really liked them. And for the longest time, I couldn't decide which line I preferred, the Kumamon or Beetlemon line. And then, but that was me being a indecisive child, and I've decided I like the Beetlemon line just a little bit more. They're really cool. There also is a little bit of nostalgia dipped in there, because as a kid, I had a Beetlemon toy. Like, it was one of those things, like, it could turn into like the actual like spirit like little form, and it was like sat on a pedestal, and it was really cool because I loved Digimon toys, and I would probably still have 1,000 of them today if I had the shelf space and money for them. But there's a bit of nostalgia there. It's again, the design. Sound like a broken record here, but the design is absolutely solid. It's this big, humanoid blue beetle. And it reminds me of one of my favorite DC superheroes, Blue Beetle. Well, with lightning powers. It's rhinoceros beetle, because apparently stag beetles are always evil. Well, with the likes of Kuwagamon and Dark Volumon and all those. So, I really like it. And then it's also the character Beetlemon. In Frontier, JP, he was a really, really good character as well. He starts off, just kind of a chubby kid trying to hit on Zoe. He, tempt her with confectionery treats, like chocolate bars. Always has a chocolate bar on him. Don't know where he gets them, but he always has them, because he doesn't have a backpack. I guess he's got some really deep pockets in that one-piece jumpsuit. But, he was a really good character, and in the episode from the clips are being shown, JP was pretty much always feeling alone, because he had he could entertain people with like magic tricks and everything, but he never actually made lasting friendships, and he always had the fear that Zoe and Tommy and Takuto would just up and leave him one day because they didn't need him anymore. But he learns that these people are his friends, and they will never leave his side. And then as for Mega Kabuterimon, Metal Kabuterimon, it's another case of really solid design. He's a giant beetle tank, and with Gatling gun arms and a big old cannon for a horn. And it's easily, it's just like, I love Kabuterimon as well. Well, and it's, continues to stick with the lightning theme, or the electric powers that most Kabuterimon seem to have. And it's just this giant, massive, bring the thunder tank that I just absolutely love, and it's just, the character development that JP / Beetlemon / Mega Kabuterimon goes through, really, that's what really cemented him as one of my favorites. And like, now that I could actually grow up and appreciate the character development that he went through.
Electron cannon!
In hand is a dynamic force in Digiland with the Digipack.